Did Oak Island finally solve the mystery? Season 13 Episode 18 is called Breaking the Seal, and after watching what happens beneath the Lot 8 boulder in this episode, that question is no longer as easy to dismiss as it once was. Welcome back, and if this is your first time on this channel, this is where every Oak Island episode gets the deep breakdown it deserves. Tonight the team raises a 40,000-pound boulder from the surface of Lot 8 and finds something underneath it that none of them were fully prepared for. A man-made feature pointing directly at a concealed shaft or tunnel that the island has been hiding for centuries. Is this the moment the mystery breaks open? Here is everything that happens in Breaking the Seal. The question of whether Oak Island has finally solved its mystery is one the show has been circling since Season 1, and every time the evidence has pointed toward a definitive answer. The island has found a way to deepen the question instead of closing it. But Episode 18 of Season 13 is different in a specific and important way. The discovery beneath the Lot 8 boulder is not ambiguous. It is not a geological formation that could be argued either way. It is not an artifact that raises questions without answering any. What the team uncovers in this episode is a confirmed man-made feature in a location that the investigation has been targeting with increasing precision for multiple seasons. The island is not offering a clue here. It is offering something that looks very much like a door, and the question Breaking the Seal is really asking is what is on the other side of it. To understand what makes the Lot 8 boulder discovery so significant, you need the full picture of what this area of the island has represented across the arc of Season 13. Lot 8 has not been a side investigation. It has been one of the central targets of the season, an area where the geophysical data, the historical mapping, and the artifact record have all been pointing towards something buried and deliberately concealed. The team did not arrive at the decision to lift a 40,000-pound boulder on impulse. That decision came at the end of a long chain of evidence that kept returning to the same conclusion. Something is beneath the surface of Lot 8 that does not belong there naturally. Episode 18 is the episode where the team acts on that conclusion with everything they have. The boulder comes up, and the island finally shows them what it was covering. Raising a 40,000-pound boulder from the surface of an island that has been swallowing equipment and frustrating investigators for over 200 years is not a small thing. The logistics alone, the machinery, the rigging, the ground preparation, the safety protocols required to move a stone that size without damaging whatever might lie beneath it, represent a substantial operational commitment. The team goes through all of it in Episode 18 because the evidence has left them with no good reason not to. Every survey pass over Lot 8, every anomaly reading from beneath that boulder, every historical document that has pointed to this corner of the island has been building the case for this lift. When it finally happens and the stone clears the ground, the moment carries the weight of everything that brought the team to it. What the team finds beneath the boulder is a man-made feature, and in the vocabulary of the Oak Island investigation, those two words carry more weight than almost any others. This island has a long history of producing natural formations that looked like construction to hopeful eyes. The team has learned over 13 seasons to be rigorous about the distinction. When something on Oak Island is identified as genuinely man-made, it is because the evidence for construction is clear, present, and resistant to alternative explanation. The feature beneath the Lot 8 boulder meets that standard. It was built. Someone built it. And the positioning of that feature in relation to the possibility of a shaft or tunnel beneath it suggests that whoever built it was not finished with this corner of the island when they were done. The shaft and tunnel question that the man-made feature raises is the one that connects most directly to the 230-year-old Oak Island mystery at its core. The original money pit discovery in 1795 launched a theory of deliberate underground engineering on this island that has never been fully proven and never been fully disproven. Investigators across the generations have found evidence of constructed flood tunnels, deliberate infill, engineered shafts, and coordinated underground work that points to a sophisticated construction effort carried out by people with significant resources and a specific purpose. A man-made feature beneath a sealed boulder in Lot 8 that may indicate a hidden shaft or tunnel entrance does not exist in isolation from that two-century history. It is the latest evidence in the longest active treasure investigation in the recorded history of North America. The reaction in the war room after the Lot 8 discovery in Episode 18 reflects the full significance of what the team is looking at. Marty and Rick Lagina have been on this island long enough to know the difference between a promising lead and a genuine shift in the investigation. What the boulder revealed is a genuine shift. The discussion focuses on what the feature is, what it may connect to beneath the surface, and what the next steps need to be to follow the evidence as far as it goes before the end of Season 13. There is urgency in the room that has been earned by the evidence, not manufactured by the editing. The team is standing at something real, they know it, and the plan coming out of the war room is built around making the most of what the island has finally given them. So did Oak Island finally solve the mystery? The honest answer coming out of episode 18 is that the mystery has never been closer to a definitive answer, and the distance that remains is now measurable in a way it has not always been. The man-made feature beneath the Lot 8 boulder is confirmed. The possibility of a shaft or tunnel beneath that feature is active and supported by the physical evidence. The historical timeframe connecting this feature to the core of the Oak Island story is consistent with everything the investigation has established across 13 seasons. What breaking the seal does is not solve the mystery. What it does is open the most promising access point to the answer that this investigation has ever stood in front of. The seal is broken. What comes through it is the question that drives the rest of Season 13. The broader implications of what was found beneath the Lot 8 boulder extend well beyond the Oak Island Fellowship and the dedicated viewer base that has followed this investigation across 13 seasons. A man-made construction on this island, sealed beneath 40,000 pounds of stone, dated to a period 3 centuries ago, with possible tunnel or shaft access beneath it. That is a discovery with genuine archaeological and historical weight. It belongs in the conversation about early North American history, about the presence and activity of organized groups on this coastline in the 17th and 18th centuries, and about the nature and purpose of large-scale construction efforts that left no clear record in any official archive. Oak Island has always been more than a treasure hunt. Episode 18 is the episode that makes that case most forcefully in Season 13. What happens in the episodes that follow breaking the seal is now the defining question of Season 13. The team has a confirmed man-made feature and a working theory about what sits beneath it. The next steps, further drilling, probing, and if the physical evidence continues to support it, active excavation of whatever void or passage the construction is pointing at, are going to be the most consequential operational decisions the Lag-Inus have made on this island in years. The pace of the investigation has been building across the season toward exactly this kind of moment. The machinery is on site. The team has the expertise and the motivation. And the evidence is as clear as it has ever been that something real and significant is waiting beneath the surface of Lot 8. The season does not have unlimited time left, but it has enough if the team moves with purpose from this point forward. If the question of whether Oak Island finally solved the mystery is what brought you to this breakdown, subscribe and hit the bell, because the answer is still developing and every episode from here to the Season 13 finale is going to matter. This channel covers every episode in full because this story earns that level of attention every single week. Drop your take in the comments. Does the man-made feature lead to a shaft? Does it connect to the money pit? And is this finally the season Oak Island gives up its answer? We will be here every week until it does. The Curse of Oak Island Season 13 Episode 18 is called Breaking the Seal. The answer to whether the show has finally solved its mystery is not a simple yes or no. It is something more significant than either of those. The team has broken through to confirmed, man-made evidence in Lot 8 that changes the shape of this entire investigation. Whether or not a shaft or tunnel exists beneath the feature they found, the fact of that feature is no longer in question. Something was built, something was deliberately hidden, and the seal that held that secret for over 300 years has now been lifted along with the boulder that sat directly above it. The mystery of Oak Island has not been solved in Episode 18, but after breaking the seal, the answer has never been closer, and this island has never had less room left to hide.